Scouts Victoria respectfully acknowledges the traditional custodians of the country throughout Victoria where our activities take place today. We pay our respects to elders both past, present and emerging, and continue to recognise and embrace the important continuous history and connection to land and community of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people.
Hi everyone, welcome to Scout Quest. I'm Abby and I'm a rover from Hanging Rock Rover Unit. Tonight we are talking about Kids Helpline. Kids Helpline is Australia's only free, even for a mobile, confidential 24/7 online and phone counselling service for young people aged 5 to 25. Qualified counsellors at Kids Helpline are available via web chat, phone or email anytime and for any reason. And tonight we have one of those qualified counsellors with us. So let's get started. Welcome, Jen.
Hey there, Abby. Thanks so much for inviting me. I'm really excited to be here.
It's great to have you. Let's get started.
Great. Well, hi, everyone. As I said, I'm so excited to be here, and thank you to your leaders for inviting me in. My name is Jen, as you know, and I'm one of the Kids Helpline counsellors. And we're going to hang out for a little while tonight and spend a bit of time talking about Kids Helpline. So before we do, I'm just going to jump in and share my PowerPoint, and then I'll be jumping back to me and we'll have a look at the Kids Helpline website. And I'm hoping we can have a bit of fun too and play a bit of a game. So turn your listening ears on, guys, because here we go. So before we do get started, just a couple of things. If you have any questions, then you're absolutely welcome to contact us at Kids Helpline. It could be on the phone, email, or web chat, just like Abby was saying. If what we talk about in the time when we're hanging out, if it gets a bit too much or you notice a big feeling coming up, it's really important to listen to that and to maybe reach out for some help, either by somebody that you trust who's with you tonight, or you could contact Kids Helpline, or maybe talk to someone that you trust about it when you feel like you can. And while we're hanging out, if you need a water in or a water out break, please feel free to do so. Take some time if you need it and come right back when you're ready. And tonight in this session, I'll be sharing general information about Kids Helpline and how we can help, because we're here for you. And all you have to do is reach out to get that conversation started. So tonight we're going to spend a bit of time talking about these things. Where's my phone? There it is. What is Kids Helpline anyway? What are the 3 ways you can contact us? What does a counsellor actually do to help? What are the main reasons that people contact Kids Helpline? And who else might be able to help? And hopefully we have time. I'm really keen to hear from you guys as well. So I'd be very keen to have you jumping into the comments box and getting to know each other a little bit as we spend time together tonight. And I thought we'd start off by playing a bit of a game of Would You Rather. So I'll just stop my sharing my screen there. So Scouts Victoria, very keen to hear from you, and I'll be sharing my answers as well. Would you rather a dog or a cat? I know some people say they like both, but let's put it down into the comments box. If you had to choose, are you more a dog person or more a cat person? There's so many of you joining us tonight. I am keen to hear from you if you feel like joining in. If you don't and you just want to sit back and listen, that's okay too. So my would I rather would be dog or cat. Oh, yes, I can see Lauren. I can see you, Beck. I can see you're a dog person. Tanya, Emily, some cat people as well. Okay. So what about me then, Scouts Victoria? What do you think? Am I a cat person? Am I a dog person? Let's have a bit of a drum roll. Everyone ready? I am a dog person. I love their bouncy energy and I like the fact that they look happy to see you. Thanks, Adrian. Yeah, some of us like dogs and cats. Okay, next one. Scouts Victoria, would you rather, if you had to lose it for a whole year, no internet or no ice cream? I know it's a tough one to think about. Would you rather no internet or no ice cream for a year? If it were me, I have to think about it. No internet or no ice cream. Haz is happy to let go of ice cream. Rebecca is happy to let go of ice cream as well. Some people like their internet use. No internet. Yes, Tanya, you want the freedom that comes along with that. Okay, so what about me? Would I rather let go of internet or let go of ice cream for a year? Let's air drum this time. Ready? And the answer is, I think I'd rather let go of ice cream for a year. A lot of what I do is online, including talking to young people. So people can't live without the internet. Ice cream has got to go. Okay, last one of our would you rathers before we move into what we're talking about tonight. If you had to talk to someone, would you rather talk to them or type to them? Which would you rather? Keen from here to hear from you. I like talking and typing, but if I had to choose one as a way to let someone know what was happening, I think I'd choose, some people typing, some people choosing talk. Thanks for chipping in. I'm keen to hear from you. Nicole would rather talk. I think for me, let's get another drum roll. Your choice if it's air or desk drum. I'm going to air drum. Mine is, I think I'd rather talk. I'd rather talk. I'd probably rather sit with the person. If I couldn't, I'd rather talk to them on the phone. And some people prefer to chat. I get that. And for that reason, actually, is part of the reason why we have a number of different ways that people can get in touch with us at Kids Helpline in different ways, because we know that not everybody likes to talk. Well, thank you for playing Would You Rather and getting to know me a little bit. That's right. That's a fair point about that different people prefer to process things in different ways. And we understand that at Kids Helpline. And that's one of the things, I guess, that you know about me already, is that I do work at Kids Helpline. And I'm just going to share my PowerPoint again with you now. Let's see if I can do it. Over to my window. There it is. So I'm just waiting. And this is all about me, a Kids Helpline counsellor. And I'm from the Sunshine Coast. Whoop, whoop. Anyone from the Sunshine Coast in Queensland originally, although I know that you're all in Victoria now, and I'm having the chance to talk to lots of you inside your homes. Now I work at the Kids Helpline office in Brisbane. We have a couple of different Kids Helpline offices, but this is where I work now. I've been at Kids Helpline for almost 10 years, and I still love this place. I love connecting with and supporting young people. What do I do for fun? I like yoga and I like paddleboarding. So, we're going to jump into a bit of a video now. It goes for a couple of minutes. It's a cartoon all about Kids Helpline. And make sure your listening ears are on, because when we come back, we're going to have a bit of a true or false game. All right? So let's check out the video now.
Being a kid can be tough. 1 minute everything is great, the next minute not so great. Sometimes you get annoyed or frustrated or sad, and you feel like no one understands. Sometimes your parents are too busy.
Not now.
Or you've got a problem that you feel like you can't talk to them about. Luckily, Kids Helpline is there for you. Anytime, any reason. Maybe things are hard at home. Or someone you know is sick. Or you're angry or confused about something that happened to you, and you don't know how to deal with it. Whether it's about you, a friend, or someone in your family, you don't have to go through it alone. You can contact Kids Helpline anytime, for any reason. Even if you're just a bit sad, talking about it can make you feel better. Kids Helpline is there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, to listen and talk to as little or as much as you like. Everything you talk to Kids Helpline about is totally private and confidential. You don't even have to use your real name. It's free to call, or you can go online, whatever works for you. Whatever is going on in your life, Kids Helpline has heaps of experience with all kinds of problems. They're experts at helping with stuff like, why aren't my friends talking to me anymore? Some people say mean things to me. Mum and Dad get angry and I'm scared. I get annoyed or sad sometimes and I don't know why. No problem is too big or small. You don't have to go through it alone. Kids Helpline is there for you, anytime, any reason. Call 1-800-551-800 or go to kidshelpline.com.au.
All right, guys, so there's a little bit of information about Kids Helpline, and now it's time to test who was listening, who was tuning in with a little bit of game of true or false? So my first question to you, Scouts Victoria, is it true or false? Kids Helpline closes at 5 o'clock. Let's see your comments in the comments box. And let's see who is the first person to get this one correct. Does Kids Helpline close at 5 p.m.? True or false? Well done, Nicole. You are totally right. Ding, 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 ding. It is false. Kids Helpline never closes. We're open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We're open school holidays, tomorrow, tonight, Christmas, Easter, your birthday, my birthday. They never, ever close. We're like a 24-hour McDonald's, but we don't do burgers. We do counseling. All right, next, true or false, guys? It's a free call to call Kids Helpline. True or false? What have you got for me, Scouts Victoria? Let's see your comments in the comments box. Is it a free call to Kids Helpline? From any device? I think Abby said something about it at the start too. Has the drummer? Ding, 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 ding. Yes, Beck, it is absolutely true. That 1-800 number, 1-800-55-1800, is a free call because we want to make sure that the cost of the call doesn't stop you from getting in touch. It is absolutely true. Thank you, Yarragon Goats. So let's jump over now to the website. So I'll stop sharing this screen and I'm just going to slide down. Thanks for that. So I'm going to share a different tab this time. And thanks for bearing with me while I get my shares ready. So here's Google. So let's say we go to Google and I can't remember the Kids Helpline website. So I type in Kids Helpline. I have to spell it correctly. Kids Helpline into Google, and here we are. The first one is Kids Helpline. So you can click on there, and this is what the Kids Helpline website looks like. You'll see that free call up the top here, 1-800-55-1800, and you are reminded that you can contact us anytime and for any reason. So let's say, you can see these tabs over here. Let's say you're a primary school person and you're between the ages of 5 and 12. You might click over here. It's going to ask you how you're feeling today. So let's say maybe I'm feeling a little bit sad. And the reason I'm feeling sad is because I'm really missing my friends. There's different options here that you could choose, but I'm going to choose I'm missing my friends because I'm in lockdown and I really miss them and that makes me sad. So there's a bunch of different stories here that might have some helpful information. Maybe I'll go to feeling lonely and find out if there's any tips or information here that might help me with feeling lonely because I'm at home and I really miss my friends. So up the top here, you'll see maybe I'm not a kid. Maybe I'm actually a teen. So I click over here and I'm actually thinking about my mental health. Now, mental health is like physical health that we all have it, but it's also really important for us to be thinking about our mental health. And I'm thinking about mental health because I'm having to do school from home. So there's a bunch of information here, some strategies about ways to get organized, and so maybe there'll be something here for you that's enough and makes you feel like maybe I don't need to talk to someone. I've got something here that I could try. But if you're still keen and still looking for someone to talk to, then this pink button up the top, guys, is really important. This is where you can get some help. And it shows a number of different ways that you can contact us. There's that phone number, 1-800-55-1800. You could send us an email. If you don't, some of those people preferred to type rather than to talk, and we get that. So we have this way that you can reach out, counsellor@kidshelpline.com.au, and a counsellor will receive your email and email you back. If you prefer something like iMessenger or a messenger style chat, then maybe web chat is for you. And the way to get that started is by clicking on the web chat icon just here. So I'm going to come back now and stop sharing my screen. And thanks for hanging out with me so far. I'm so excited to be here with you and talking about Kids Helpline. We've watched a bit of a video. We've checked out the website. So what actually is Kids Helpline? I'm going to go back and share my PowerPoint now. And we're moving towards taking a little bit of a break. So here's my PowerPoint, and it's all about what is Kids Helpline. Kids Helpline is a place where you can talk to someone anytime and for any reason, as you know. And while I'm in Brisbane and there's another Kids Helpline office in New South Wales, we actually talk to kids from all over Australia. So as long as you're between 5 and 25 and you're in Australia when you contact us, we're here for you because your feelings are real and they're important. And parents can be great to talk to, but if you're looking for someone else to talk to as well, then you'd be welcome to get in touch with Kids Helpline. And there are 3 ways that you can chat to us. And this is something that you know from the video, and also Abby gave us the heads up about that too. So let's see your comments in the comment box again, guys. How many young people do you think call us every day? How many emails do you think we get the chance to reply to? And how many people contact us on web chat? You might have a guess about just one of those, or you might have a guess about all of those. Let's see your comments in the comment box. How many people call us, do you think? Beck's thinking it could be 10,000, 1,000, 2,000 each. Okay, let's roll on and find out. Last year, there were over 700 young people contacting us a day. These are the ones that we actually get to answer and speak to. We have a large number of young people contacting us, and sometimes we're not able to answer before they hang up. But last year, it was over 700 calls a day, 45 emails a day, and over 500 web chats a day, which is so great that young people are contacting us to talk about whatever is on their mind. So when you do contact us in one of those ways, you'll talk to a counsellor, and there's over 200 counsellors at Kids Helpline at the moment. There's one Kids Helpline in Queensland, as I said, and one in New South Wales. And if you call us, the way we talk to you is using a headset like this, or we might be talking to you on web chat using a PC or a laptop to talk to you in this way. So we've been talking together for a little while. Let's take a bit of a brain break. And all that means is that we're actually going to be doing some of the, I'm just going to scroll down and stop sharing my screen just for a moment. Great. So tonight we're actually going to do some of the stretches that the competitive gamers from esports, some of the stretches that they do to take care of their bodies when they've been online for a while. So if you feel like jumping in and joining me, you're welcome to. If not, you feel free to kick back, take a drink. So the first stretch we're going to do, we're going to put our hands together here in front of our face and then slowly push our hands down. Now you should feel this stretch in the tops of your wrists here. And these are some of the stretches that the professional gamers do to make sure they don't get an injury. If you want it to stretch a little more, you push your hands down. Abby, you're a legend. And the next one, we're going to rotate our fingers down, pointing towards the floor. And then you're going to try and lift your hands up. Now, this one you should feel stretching on the back of your wrist here. Great job. Now, reach your hands out towards me. And point your fingers down towards the ground and pull your fingers back like this. That's it. So this one you should feel the stretch along the top of your hands here, and then the other side. Great job. We're just going to do some shoulder rolls now, up, back and down, and then forward as well. Great job. And sitting back down if you want to. We're going to turn one way, do some long, slow blinks, give our eyes a bit of a rest. And back the other way, long, slow blinks. Great job. Slowly looking up to the roof. You might feel a little stretch in the front of your neck. And then slowly looking down to the floor. And you might feel a little stretch at the back of your neck there. Great job. All right, give yourself a wiggle or a jiggle. And now we might be ready to jump back in. Oh, nice one. We've got someone who wants to be a professional gamer tonight. Fantastic. Okay, so let's jump back into what we're actually here to talk about tonight, which is all about Kids Helpline. So how can a counsellor actually help? Well, there's a number of things that they can do to help. The main thing that a counsellor can do is by listening, because sometimes it can be really helpful to have someone listen who doesn't know you who doesn't know the other people in the situation and just has the time to focus absolutely in on you. And we're not here to judge. A big part of counselling is that we're just here to listen and support you. The things that you talk about with Kids Helpline, like you might have seen in the video, it is confidential. And the only time that we might not be able to keep private what we've spoken about is if there's what's called an unsafe secret. Now, for those who haven't heard of an unsafe secret, that's okay. What it means is an unsafe secret is one in which either you or someone else is at risk of being hurt. And that's just so important that that might not be something that we can keep secret. And so depending on what's happening, we might need to let someone know. But if it were a safe secret, like something happening at school or something happening with your friends or something else that you want to talk about that doesn't involve anybody being hurt, then that's the kind of thing that we can keep private and confidential and just between us. And we genuinely care about what's going on. All of the counsellors here have been to university. We've all got years of experience. We've all taken a lot of steps to make sure that we can be here for you when you need us. And if you find someone that you like, you're welcome to find out their name, find out the days that they work, and maybe team up with them to talk to them a couple of times, maybe every week for a little while, to work on this thing, to put your heads together, come up with some ideas that maybe you've thought about trying but haven't tried yet. And if it doesn't work, come back. If it does work, come back and let us know how it's going. Doesn't have to just be once off. And at the same time, if you talk to someone and you didn't feel like they were a good fit for you, then maybe contact again and speak to someone else. Because we're all different people and counsellors have different personalities too. Me, I can be a little bit bouncy and energetic for some people. They might prefer a more quiet counsellor, and we have some of those as well. So if I'm not your style, that's totally okay. There might be another counsellor who's just right for you. So here at Kids Helpline, young people might talk to us about a whole range of things, because you remember it was any time, any reason. It might be something like, why aren't my friends talking to me anymore? And we're hearing that sometimes from people in lockdown too, that they thought that their friends would still be in touch with them and that maybe that's dropped off a little bit. Or you might give us a call or jump on web or shoot us an email just because you're feeling a bit bored and you need someone to talk to. That's totally okay too. And you might feel really sad sometimes and not know why. That's a reason why people contact us as well. So here are the top things that primary school students talk to us about at Kids Helpline. It could be about family, something going on, you're worried about someone, you're feeling like you're spending a lot of time together, you really love them, but you're wondering about how you can have a bit of a break. Might be some big emotions or feelings that you're having. It might be about wanting to feel safe, something happening with your friends, or maybe about your mental health. So let's get you thinking again, Scouts Victoria, in the comments box. You tell me which of these, let's put them in order from 1 to 5. Which one do you think is the main reason that people in primary school contact Kids Helpline? What do you think? You could put number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, or you might just want to guess the top one. Up to you. Let's hear your thoughts on which order do you think this would be in? Could it be as the first one? And I'll reveal the answers in a minute. Hope you're tracking well. I'm still so excited to be here with you. Yarragon Goats is thinking it could be friends first. Cooper's thinking the same. Yeah, friends are really important, aren't they? Dominique's thinking maybe emotions, maybe about people wanting to feel safe. Yeah, Beth's thinking it could be 1 or 2. Emotions, Adrian. Yeah, family worries. All 5 of these are important, and it might be different for each of you. So what I'm going to reveal now is what the data, the information from the contacts that we get. So based on what young people have told us as the main reason why they're calling, the answer is emotions. The main reason people called us last year, primary school students called us last year, was to talk about their emotions and how they were feeling. Rachel, a really comprehensive answer. Friends, family, safe. Yeah. So emotions was the one that young people told us about. The second one was family. Where's my fingers there? And we know how important family are to young people, and families can be great and supportive and so essential at times like this. And this doesn't mean that you're calling because you're unhappy with your family. You might be calling because you love them so much and you worry about them, or you're worried about how other people's relationship in the family is going. It's really important. Number 3 was mental health. Number 4 was worries about their friends. And number 5 was about feeling safe. And so thanks to those people who chipped in with that little exercise and had a go at which one they thought was the most common reason why young people contact us. Now, it's important to know that it's always okay to ask for help and that you're definitely not alone. And you saw before the numbers of young people who contact us in different ways every day. And that's exactly what we're here for. Sometimes I've had young people call or chat to me on web and they say, maybe I'm wasting your time. And what we say is absolutely not. If it's important to you, then it's important to talk about. And we take every contact to Kids Helpline equally seriously. So no matter what's going on, we're here for you anytime and any reason. And it actually takes a lot of courage to ask for help. It's something that lots and lots of people feel like they're able to do, which is wonderful. And we actually found that last year that we had an increase in contacts from very young people, which is great. Thanks, Emma and Caleb. And so it's great when we have an increase in contacts from some groups of young people because we know then that they're realising that we can be here for them too, and we are. So it's time for another round of true or false. So my question for you, Scouts Victoria, is true or false? If I call up and I like the person, can I talk to them again? Let's hear your answers in the comments box. If you contact Kids Helpline and it goes well and it feels good and you liked talking to them, can you talk to the same person again? And how would you do it? Wombat saying it's true. And Beth as well. And Jillian, you guys are all over this. The answer is it's true. Great job, Kamal. Excellent. Yeah, if you contact us and the session goes well and you feel like, wow, they're not telling me what to do, they're absolutely listening to me and it goes well and you'd like to talk to them again, you can talk to them again. You can find out their name and find out when they're working. All right, last true or false for tonight, Scouts Victoria. True or false, I can contact Kids Helpline anytime for any reason. You're right, Nicole. Yeah, you just ask them, when are you working next? Or what days do you usually work? You're right. So true or false, I can contact Kids Helpline anytime for any reason. Thanks, Sashki. And Beck, it is absolutely true. You'll remember, and you can see it above me there, Kids Helpline anytime, any reason, and we really mean it. Thanks, Lauren. It is true. And Nicole, thanks so much. Yep. You can contact Kids Helpline anytime and for any reason. So sometimes people wonder, how do we do that? Well, you know that there's about 200 counsellors who work at Kids Helpline. And so just like a hospital, we're all taking turns, making sure that there's someone here to talk to. None of us sleep here. We all go home to our own homes at the end of the time that we're working, but we're all like a big team, making sure that there's always someone here to talk to. All right. Thank you for playing along with me with the true and false. And it's clear that you guys are listening and following along. So the last thing really that we're going to do together tonight before we have a bit of question and answer. So if you're thinking about if maybe I haven't answered a question and my name's Jen, one of the counsellors at Kids Helpline, if there's a question that hasn't been answered by what I've spoken about, you might have an opportunity in about 5 minutes or so to ask me your question. So before we do, though, we're going to do what's called 5 fingers of support. So there's a few ways to do this. If there's pen or paper handy nearby, feel free to draw the outline of your hand on a piece of paper. If you just want to follow along, that's totally fine too. Or if this isn't for you, absolutely okay to sit back and listen. We really respect listeners as well in this place. So we're thinking about who are 5 trusted adults that you can talk to for support. And we talked about how Kids Helpline can be one of them. So everybody's got Kids Helpline on their thumb by calling 1-800-55-1800 or going on Google, finding our website or sending us an email. And in the palm of this hand, you can see that we've got friends, we've got toys and pets because we know how important they can be in helping people to feel okay when life gets tough. So it can be really important to think, who are the other adults that you might have in your life that you could go to if things are feeling difficult, or if you've got a feeling that won't go away, or if there's something that's really on your mind. So I'll give you a moment. If you wanted to share something in the comments box about who your trusted adults would be, you might want to share one or two. And then in a moment, the next screen on my slide is a couple of options in case it's feeling hard. And we'd encourage you to try and talk to your parents if you can, but we understand that there's some things that can feel a bit tricky to talk to parents about. So who else could you talk to? Haz feels like he could talk to his dog. Yeah, pets are so important, hey? A lot of people, when they contact Kids Helpline, talk about how important their pets are. Yeah, Pravina's thinking she could talk to a parent. Who else? Family, Nicole. Yeah. Mum and dad, says Paige. These are some great answers. Adults that you trust, that you feel like you could talk to. A teacher, Pravina. Yeah. Some people feel like, even in lockdown, that it's something that they could email a teacher about or try to mention in a way. A teenage brother, a Kids Helpline, Sakshi. Sorry if I've not got the pronunciation right. You're right. These are all great examples. And so I'll roll over now. Thanks, Lauren. Yeah, cousins. So here on these examples that we've got parents or a carer, because we know that not everybody lives with their parents, a teacher, maybe a family friend who's an adult, or another family member, auntie, uncle, older cousin. That's right. And it's important to think about, or a scout leader, Beth. Absolutely. A scout leader that you feel like you trust and that you want to go to with that kind of information is definitely an option. And those 5 fingers can be different for all of us. Not all of our lives look the same, and not all of us have the same supports available to us. But it can be important to think about who's around. And you know that Kids Helpline are there, and you know that we're always open and all of those pieces of information. So now we come to the end where we've got a little bit of time for some questions. So thanks for listening to me so far. And if you did have a question, I'm here to answer it if I can.
So if you've got a question, just chuck it into the comments box and we'll answer them.
Yeah, great job, Isabella. More than 5 answers there.
Rachel is asking, what if we are embarrassed to ask parents to go to Kids Helpline?
Yeah, that's a great question, Rachel. And if you're feeling a bit embarrassed to ask your parents to contact Kids Helpline, one of the things about Kids Helpline is that we actually don't need the permission from your parents necessarily for you to contact us. And lots of people can feel a bit worried about what their parents might say. So if you wanted to, you could try talking to your parents about it. Sometimes people say that they write them a note and say, I think I'd like to call Kids Helpline. And you know what? Parents might surprise you. We get a lot of calls from parents and their family members calling together, or jumping on web chat, or even sending an email together. So depending on what's happening for you, if you're feeling embarrassed, I'd encourage you to try talking to your parents about it if you can. If that's feeling hard, try writing to them about it. But yeah, if you have a way of contacting us, if you're on your computer and you can email us, then feel free to do that. I hope that's answered the question for you.
Haz the drummer is asking, if we are stressed about school, will you help?
Haz, you can contact us anytime and for any reason. So absolutely, we get heaps of people contacting us about school, especially in lockdown. Some people feel like it's really hard to stay on top of the work in lockdown, and then they're worried about what their teacher's going to say when they find out that they haven't been doing the work. We can definitely talk about school. We'll try to put our heads together and come up with some strategies. Yes, Haz, we can talk to you about school.
Isabella is asking, what happens if you have no phone or adult around?
Yeah, so you might have caught Isabella in the video or on the website that if you don't have a phone, there's still a couple of ways you could contact us. You could jump on our website and try contacting via web chat, or you might like to send us an email. Those are other ways that if you don't have a phone, you can get in touch with us. Does anyone have any other questions? It could be about Kids Helpline. It could be about And while we're waiting, I'll let you know we had our 30th birthday recently. Kids Helpline's been around for 30 years. And you guys know I've been here for 10 years. But Kids Helpline, yeah, on the 25th of March, we had our birthday. And by that time, we'd spoken to 8.4 million. We'd had 8.4 million contacts from young people in 30 years, which is a lot.
Yarragon Goats is asking if our Scout unit wanted to help fundraise for Kids Helpline. Is that possible?
Wow, Yarragon Goats, what a generous offer. It's absolutely possible, and thank you so much for your kindness. We do accept donations. We are primarily a charity, and we do receive some government funding, but primarily we're from charitable donations and selling raffle tickets. So if you wanted to, you definitely could. I believe that there's information on our website about that. Otherwise, perhaps, go to the Kids Helpline website, go to the Contact Us, and that's very, very kind of you, Yarragon Goats. We'd really appreciate that.
And for our final question, is it okay to contact you if you're worried about someone else?
Yeah, it's a really great question. And I don't know the statistics, but we do get a lot of contacts from people who are calling not for themselves, but because they're really worried about someone else. And yet, Joanne, you definitely can contact us if you're worried about someone else. We can try to talk about what's going on, what's got you so worried, how it's affecting you, and then what we might be able to do about it. Great questions, guys.
This is our final question from Miss Manda. My son asked, do you send out information packs?
Oh, good question. We definitely have merchandise on our website that we're happy to send out for free. We have rulers, wristbands, those types of things. You might have seen there's a bit of information on our website, so I'd encourage you to go there and have a look. And if you're wanting some merchandise, you can get that on our website as well. Great question. And we'd love for you to be carrying the message of Kids Helpline around.
Jen, thank you for joining us tonight and explaining Kids Helpline. I think lots of our youth members have learned a lot.
Thanks so much for having me, Abby. I've had a great time. And everybody out there, take care of yourselves, take care of each other as best you can. And if you feel up to it, give Kids Helpline a call or get in touch.
Thank you for joining us. Scout Quest has some fantastic events this week. Tune in 7 p.m. on Wednesday to meet Archie Thomas, Jamie McElren, and Scott Miller as they talk to us about what it's like to play and coach overseas and here in Australia in soccer. Then on Saturday, we will have Victoria Police at 4:30 p.m. to talk about making good decisions online. Have a great night and see you all Wednesday.